What is up, YouTube? This is going to be my first video. I'm pretty pumped about this channel. Just a little background about myself. I have degrees in both finance and accounting from Rowan University. Super interested in investing and, personal finance. Just trying to, especially being in your 20s so early, I don't think many people, especially millennials, Gen Z, but even people in their 30s don't understand how vital and important it is to really start saving early on in your career, in your life, stashing money away for, even your kids' college funds and saving for a house and getting your 401k in order, just stuff like that. Because the longer your money has to grow, the better you're going to be in the long run. So this is kind of going to be a balance between personal finance and stock advice, because I've been super into the stock market lately. Obviously, 2020 has been an absolute bull market since March. Markets got killed during the whole COVID crisis, but after that, I think the S&P finished up 14 to 16% this year, which still is better than usual. I mean, you can expect 7 to 10% usually. I'm pretty happy with 14 to 16. Obviously, you want to get more. I personally was up 34% this year, so I was pretty pumped about that. Anyway, today we're not going to be talking about stocks. We are going to be talking about student loans. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have student loans because you clicked on the title. And it's really a tricky area because if you're like me, you have a full-time job or a salary, however much money you're making, you're thinking, all right, I want to enjoy my life. I got my normal expenses. I've got car payment, rent, stuff like that. And then you've got your fun stuff like, going out to the bar. Well, you can't go out to the bars right now because of COVID, but in a normal world, you'd be going out to the bars, going out to eat, you want to go out with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, spending money. And then, especially if you have student loans, I mean, if you're like me, I have about $90,000 in student debt, which looking back was pretty irresponsible of me. But, you get the education and you pay for it and then you learn, it probably wasn't the best idea to load up on student debt like that. But anyway, I got to pay it off. So I think buying and getting an office is definitely a plus for anybody who has significant student loan debt. But there is a little bit of a loophole that I want to talk about today that can really, especially if you don't have a ton of loans, it's going to help you regardless. But so basically, what we're looking at here is back in December of 2019, President Trump at the time signed into law this new policy that allows you to pay down your student loans using a 529 plan. For those of you that don't know what a 529 plan, it's a college savings plan. It's only allowed to be used for educational expenses. So stuff like tuition. I don't know if it can be used towards room and board, but it can certainly be used towards tuition and books and any expenses that are necessary for your education. So basically what Trump did is he said, okay, so the 529 plan usually is for people who are making direct payments to their college. So you're saying, all right, I have $5,000 that I want to take from my 529 plan, and I'm going to pay the university directly, and that's going to lower the cost of my tuition. The cool thing about a 529 plan, the reason that you would save in a 529 plan as opposed to just a savings fund or putting it in a regular investing brokerage account, is that it is tax-free as long as it's used to pay educational expenses. And the issue was it could not, prior to Trump signing this law, you could not use a 529 plan to pay off student loans. So in other words, if you're paying for your college up front while you're going to school, you are allowed to use that 529 plan to pay down, to make those payments. However, if you go to school, you accrue all these loans, and then you graduate and you have a 529, it's prior to Trump signing this law, it was useless to you for paying off your student loans. Now, in December 2019, Trump signed this new law, and it allows a lifetime limit, so up to $10,000. So what that means is it's not every year. You can only take up to $10,000 of your 529 and put it towards student loans. So basically what we're looking at now is Biden was just elected. I think he was inaugurated yesterday. Today's Thursday. Yeah, so he was inaugurated Tuesday, or I think it was yesterday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He immediately signed an executive order extending the federal student loan forbearance. until I believe October. So I think it ends September 30th. Now, how does this help you? So what I'm going to be personally doing is, now that 529 plans can be used to pay off your student loans. I have student loans. Great. I'm going to put a couple $1,000s into a 529 plan. I'm going to select some stocks. I'm not going to concentrate it into an index fund. I'm going to select certain stocks that I think could blow up this year. Because regardless, the money I'm putting in this account is going to be used to pay off my student loans. So rather than put it in my brokerage account and have it grow and then pay short or long, I don't like paying short-term cap gains tax. Rather than paying the long-term cap gains tax on it, I'm going to put it in the 529 plan, where it'll grow tax-free for the next 8 months until October. And, whatever growth I get, let's say I put in $5,000 and I make gains of $1,000. That's, wishful thinking. So I have now $6,000 and I put that towards my student loans. It's better than nothing. And you can go up to a maximum of $10,000. So let's say you think you can make a 25% return on your investment in 8 months, which again is wishful thinking. But if you put in that $8,000 and it grows $2,000 by September, you now have a $10,000 529 plan that can fully be used to pay down your student loans without paying any tax. So I'm going to show a little bit of a calculation once I edit this video and everything on the sidebar here. But yeah, I mean, if you have $2,000 of cap gains and they're short term, you're paying probably it's just your regular income rate. So it'd be, let's say it's 20%. You're paying $400 in tax that you would not be paying if you're putting it into the 529 plan. Hopefully I'm making sense when I'm explaining this. But it is a great little, not a loophole, but it's a great way to pay down your student loans that not a lot of people know about. And even if you don't have to make the payment before the forbearance ends. If you would rather use your checking account to make these payments towards your student loans, and then you kind of just want to let the 529 plan grow until it reaches $10,000, boom, make the payment to your student loans, and you don't pay any taxes on it. So it's a cool way to avoid paying taxes on income while also lowering your student loans from an overall perspective. So hopefully this helped. I'm going to be releasing another video pretty soon on a couple growth stocks that I really like for 2021 and moving forward. I mean, when we're investing, we're thinking long term. So within the next 3 to 5 years, I'm going to throw that list out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, subscribe, hit the like button, and yeah, welcome to my channel.